Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. A show 10 years in the making, the 10th anniversary show for Liberty Aid Academy and its founder, John McCaig. Welcome. How are you, sir?
What a great introduction. Jim
Thank you.
Judge.
Wait. Here we go. There it is.
So wonderful. You and me, we've been doing this a minute too.
Yes.
But yes, it's 10 years since this was the date on the original trust that I did this and, had that experience and then taught everyone else for 10 years, and everything's been 100% fine for everyone over a decade. At some point, y'all got to stop saying like, yeah, but what if, well, it's been a decade. I don't, here I am live still like every week. Hi, like it's okay. It's been 10 years, but no, it's still okay.
In the last 10 years, do you think a lawyer has seen this and looked it over?
I think
that's my favorite now.
It is my favorite, but you got to think, what lawyer hasn't seen this? That'd be more like a rare individual, you know what I mean? Someone working at their own firm, maybe, but none of the big law firms or medium law firms, they all have banker clients, so they all looked at it. So,
right,
yeah, no, that's one of my favorite too. But there are a lot of repeat questions over this time, like. That's just the way it is. It's a round trip ticket, this thing. So the question they come up again and again. But it's been great, really. It's not just a celebration of a 10-year anniversary. Thank you for that. But we are making incredibly large improvements to mark that date. It's really 10 new courses from scratch. I did.
Right.
And one of those 10 was redoing the business credit thing to include way cheaper methodology, things you don't have to do anymore. It's just a way faster process now. Anyway, I just give all that information in a much better way. We're also reorganizing the school to like a regular school. That's great. Oh, we got people here. Excellent.
Yes. Reese is in. Says, hi, guys. Excited for another Thursday episode. It's not just another Thursday episode, the special 10th anniversary.
Yeah.
Pauletta in the house. Greetings, John and Tim. So glad to be here tonight. Congratulations on your 10-year anniversary.
Aren't you sweet, Pauletta?
Frank here also. Howdy. And then, yes, Reese understands. 10 years. Congratulations. Thank you for your service. Yes. Excellent.
You're welcome. These are the people I really care about most. Obviously, I care about everyone, but these people that support the school, do the work, do a testimonial like that, they're the people that are most meaningful to this. I was going to say this at the end, but I care about y'all so much. Basically, we're doing a lot of upgrades. I'll talk about them tonight, but the main thing you all want to know is, hey, how do we upgrade? You know what I'm saying? How do we upgrade from our current thing? I'm just going to tackle that right off the bat. Okay. This, I think, is the fairest way to do it. We're moving the price to be a student from $25.97 to $29.97, going up $500 for tuition. We're not making any more money here. Actually, we're not. But Meta and Google are making more money. That's who's making more money off of this whole gig. We're just trying to keep up and keep the doors open, basically, and have enough students, so Tammy and I can support all this work. And sadly, we have to keep paying more and more a percentage of tuition, a really incredibly large amount of tuition to Meta and Google. So in order to support supporting the school, we're going to break it down This is how you upgrade. 4 tiers, basically, to upgrade. All you're going to do is email us, contact@liberty8academy.org. Hey, Tammy, I want to upgrade. Can you send me the link to upgrade? That's it. And Tammy's going to get you upgraded through the email. Make sure it all goes smoothly. Fantastic. Because we're going to change the names inside the classroom and everything to all the different courses and everything. That it's going to have a structure more like a regular university. Such a, it's a lot of work now, a large body of work. And we continue to add to it. So we're going to keep this structure. Anyway, 4 tiers. And the way we do it here is, if you supported our work in the past, we want to make it easiest for you to upgrade. So the best tier is if you've done an old testimonial for us, great. And if you do a new testimonial anytime after the new courses start on Saturday, the 14th, you do a new testimonial on that date forward. You have an old testimonial, at least one, and you have a new testimonial that you're going to make, right? Oh, hey, I'm going to make this one for you. If you do those 2 things, send us a link from those things. This is what I did. Your old one has to be up on Liberty 8 Academy in the past, from now past,
Mm-hmm.
So I really want to support those people that they supported this school. So if you have an old testimonial, make a new one. Your upgrade is free, doesn't cost any money. Get all the new stuff, everything, 10 new courses. You supported us, you put the word out, you put the information out, you put your proof out. That's how people come to the school. Google, Meta, the government, everything's against you knowing this. They're like, hide it, all of it. And the thing that cracked you, right, and whoever I'm speaking to, was his testimonials. And so I'm always trying to create more testimonials. And also, I respect those people so much that take the time and energy, put their face out there and their proof out there. I want to upgrade you for free. Okay. And so does Tammy. We care about you the most. You care about us the most, mutual respect. So that's free. If you only have an old testimonial, I love it, then the upgrade is $299. Very affordable. If you have a new testimonial, oh, hey, I'm going to create a testimonial, now, since this new coursework comes out, I'm going to create a new testimonial. Kudos to you. Same respect to you as an old testimonial, $299 to upgrade. Fantastic. Thank you very much. And if you don't do a testimonial, that's okay. Not everyone wants to put their face out there. That's okay. Your privacy is, I'm an accountant, you know what I mean? Your privacy is important. Keep it, own it. But I respect those people that give it up to help the school. So no testimonial, fine, no problem. Still reasonable, $599 upgrade to all the new coursework. So very reasonable fees for upgrade. You could have done this. You could have, hey, I got your trust 10 years ago, and I'm going to upgrade you for all this body of knowledge, everything. Still, you supported us in the past, and that's what got us to here. And I'll never forget that. Every student we have, I'm going to care for you. I do. And you have such meaningful victories and changes in your life. A testimonial helps other people, and we want to respect that and make it more affordable for you to upgrade. So anyway, that I know that's going to be a big question. Those are the 4 tiers, how to upgrade. Write the email, contact@liberty8academy.org. Hey, Tammy, I want to upgrade, and just send a link. Just make it easy for Tammy, please. Go find your testimonial. If it's an old one, get the link, send a new testimonial to Tammy. Hey, here you go. Whatever category of those 4 categories you fit in, you want to send testimonials, email us. I want to upgrade. Tammy will get back to you, and make it easy to do. So, and really, everyone that fits in any of those four categories, thank you so much for, well, the trust has been 10 years. I've been helping people in this work for 15 years. So, you know, I live totally on your donation to the school, your tuition. That's all I've lived on 100% in all that time. So I'm only sitting here doing this work still now due to your support of this work. And so all I want to do is get better. That's what this upgraded is about, getting better. That's enough about how to upgrade. You know, I didn't want to save that to the end because that's like on everybody's mind. I want to try and make it clear. I hope I did. If I haven't made it clear, email us and Tammy will make it clear. Oh,
I'm sure that, yeah, Dee Dee's here in the house, says happy anniversary, Liberty Aid Academy. It's been beautiful. Said Baba. And did I put this one up? Sylvia in the house. Good evening, everyone. 10 years. Congratulations, John. Yes. Yes.
so sweet.
We got that one and one more. How do I operate? Oh, question. 777 says, how do I operate my licensed state required business in this trust? I'm a contractor.
You know, here's a good question. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a really good question because, and this is a really common question for anyone in business. Tim is here.
Yep.
You know, and he fits in exactly this category like you. You know, he's a contractor who's licensed by the state. He's a realtor doing this exactly, you know. So I'll tell you the trick, and you know, be fine. Tim can tell you his experience with this. It'd be great. But this is great. Thank you for this question, G. So you got to get a license. You pass the test. Congratulate. Hey, you passed the test. And then you got to fill out a form. What do you want to license, right? Like, first of all, mainly they don't, license board don't license a trust. You can license like an LLC or maybe, but what you want to do is license your person. It's not you. Oh, you're going to license yourself. Yeah. But that's a corporation, right? You don't, your person is now not going to persona non grata, right? You're not going to give it anything except for all the risk. The license. You pass the test? Yeah, get it in my name. Yeah, boop. You know, so easy in any license to do that because you're going to operate the trust from now on. That's it. Your person's not going to have anything. No title, right? No real estate, no I'm sorry, no title, no like car, boat, mobile, nothing like that with a title, no deed, so no real estate, nothing like that is going to be in the person. You're not going to have a revenue stream of any kind in the name of your person. Nothing is in your person. That's the hack. And then your person becomes a vacuum cleaner, getting all the, you know, proof that you have nothing, like EBT and all the free stuff the government gives, which becomes your financial shield. You get me? Their money becomes your shield. It's perfect. So that's one thing. Your license comes in there, but hey, you do. Everyone recommend. I recommend the same. For your legal first and last name trust is your first trust. Like for me, John McCaig Trust would be my trust, right? So then you separated your license from the finance, right? It's wonderful, and that's the trick. So let's say, I mean, Tim's experience. Oh, hey, I'm gonna work with someone, you know, under a license. Great. So you fill out a W-9 for them. The trust information goes in there, and so financially, the money goes to the trust. You see what I'm saying? So you separate those items that are usually co-joined, and that solves the whole thing right there. Great question. Fantastic question. Thank you.
Yeah, and just to confirm, I know I've said this one before, but I'll get it under 30 seconds. I licensed real estate agent. They said fill out the W-9. Where do you want us to send the commission check? I said I want you to donate it to this Christian trust, and I said here's the EIN, here's the trust name. and that's where you send it. And at the end of the year, they sent me a bill which said, the real estate agent has the brokerage has paid you this amount of money. I said, no, you didn't. You didn't pay me that. You sent that money was donated to this trust. Well, that was, and I said, I don't know why you lied to the IRS. You never gave me any money. That was donated to a trust. I never saw that money. And they went out and fixed it. So that's how it worked.
Yeah.
I requested that donation be made in for the services I donated my time to get the real estate done, and they donated to the trust, and that was that. So there you have it, just like you said.
It's a very simple process, surprisingly simple. Remember, this is a Christian hack, you know what I'm saying? This is a Christian hack, and so, this is a Christian country, and this is a Christian solution. It's allowed by law, by the IRS, like, this is 100% legal 10 years now, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And so, no, we have solutions, like, you can do any business in that method, any business in America can be done IRS tax free, IRS reporting free. It's possible to do that, unless maybe some weird government something, like if you're making bombs or something. I don't know any bomb maker. Like there could be some weird government thing, but I'm saying I'm bringing it up because we do have a family company that operates under the trust, has a license, does government land reclamation of landfills under that license for the federal government, uses the trust to get paid. No problemo. You know what I'm saying? Like at the highest level of interaction you can possibly have with the government, those deep government contracts and getting them approved and all that stuff. Yeah, it's like good to go, no problem. So uh, it's very simple too. It and Tim, what he was saying is he filled out the W-9, right? And then they sent him a 1099, but they put it in his person. He was like, hey, no, correct this. And they did. Go corrected, 1099 went in his trust, and that was that. You if you're in that situation, you get a 1099, but your trust, it doesn't report. So you don't do anything with it. You see, the IRS, they got a copy too. They're like, oh, they don't report, so we're not expecting anything. So it closes the loop right there without paperwork. That's it. Think of the cleverness of this.
Yeah.
How this wealthy have been getting over on us for long time, until 10 years ago. I figured this out, and now anyone can do it. It's really clever. It took an accountant, with an MBA, and the work. I never helped anyone pay taxes. I don't even know how to fill out the form, so I'll just be honest with you. But I was an auditor. I got trained to audit, like what's actually going on in businesses. I had an MBA, so like the business, its structure is machinations. And once I was like, where's all the paperwork like to prove how are they doing this? Because there's a million fake methodologies out there on the internet. This is how the wealthy get it done and all this stuff. And it's like, no, if you actually just listen to them, they use trust, they do these certain things. And so I was like, okay, I'm not evil, so I can't go that way. So we can have a Christian loophole, So it took me getting screwed over in the big crash and then wanting to pull the curtain back, like, hey, how can I level the playing field here for us? Basically, that's all this has done. It hasn't been like the game's over. No, the game's afoot, Watson, still. But now you have all the knowledge, you have all the tools they have, so it's like, okay. The savings, we did this last week. Oh my god, you should
Yeah.
watch last week's show. Oh my god, if you're into this at all when you go through each thing that comes along with doing this trust, and you just add up, like if I was the average American and I fit in this category, you should add it up to annually $143,000, like what comes off of this trust. It's crazy. Your experience is going to be different, but it's going to be more weighted in different areas. Basically, like Tim being an example, you could have one individual in your family and have be in like college or graduate school or whatever for free to pay with this trust. Or like Tim, you could have more, like he's three, four, like that. So some of these, it's hard to say exactly, but I gave an average, and I'm just saying we went into such detail in last week's show. It's crazy. Here's every benefit, here's the amount of money, here's what you can expect, all that. And the courses, that's what we did. We changed the courses. So it's like, here's the trust, how to administrate it, all that stuff. That's like your core courses. Then we have electives, which are okay. What situation do you find yourself in that you want to do first? Which one of these, And so you just go through the list and you do all these benefits over and over. Maybe you don't want to go to college for free. Okay, you don't have to pick that one off the list, but there are a whole lot of other ones you're going to be doing. And maybe you go back to college, you're like, wait, I thought about that again. I am going to go. So it's so many benefits, so many things. And I redid the courses. Like some of this information I've had out there on the mentor program or something like that, or I talk about it a little bit. Hey, you can do this or something. But instead of having it like that, I go, through every detail. Like one massive course that I did is for anyone in any other country to use this course. It does not just Canada. You can get an ITIN now, and you can use this from any other country. Now, that doesn't allow you to access things that an American citizen can do, like say Medicare or something. Maybe you can, but certain things generally you can't access unless you're an American citizen. But the financial realm, the no taxes, the credit cards, the money, you can get all that stuff happening from out of the country with an address in this country with an ITIN. You still get your 7-year rule and stuff like that of getting your credit wiped clean. If from another country, you could use a vacuum cleaner over here in this country to take so much money. How much is a few $100,000 worth? Like if you're in India, you know what I'm saying? Like here, you can okay, I barely bought a home. Oh my God, thank God I don't have, mortgage payment, don't have rent. What a miracle this is for a lot of people, this work, in your courses. But let's say you were in India and you got that amount of money, you get 10 houses, you're like emperor all of a sudden. They're like, say, what? It's, or, get and that could be a house for everyone in your family, great. Now they're all like, they can all do it from India. You know what I mean? Like you've created like Myanmar, like
Yeah.
all the evil, like evil slave cities over there taking money from people and stuff like that. You create like this, place somewhere in the world where it's like, oh, we're doing, positive stuff for everyone. Everyone's life is getting better. Hey, no, we're not screwing anyone over. Yay. Just the bankers who stole our money in the first place and stole the land in the first place. You really can do this from any other country now, which is fun. What? Listen, it's really funny if you go look at how many credit cards are available in every country. Other countries, nothing. They got nothing. They got nothing. You're like, what? Look at the credit cards you can get in the United States. You can get thousands of them. Like you can't even add them all up. Definitely a couple thousand. I've seen a list like it's like hundreds and hundreds, 100 compilation. You can go find that one on the internet real easy. But it's like store credit cards and all. Like when you think about it, it's like if you really turn this into a science in your town in India and like everybody got behind it, you'd be like, oh yeah, we're seeding from our own country. It'd be beautiful. Like you wouldn't want to do that. You could help so many people, your family, and extend it out to others. So I'm excited about that. you can now do this. That's one of the courses is step by step how to do this from any country, how to access the financial system in America. What? Come on.
That last one was Sylvia excited to know about the other country stuff. And this is Alan wanting to know because HSBC, I believe, is an international banking operation. So wants to know if you ever got one of those accounts open.
I got a credit card open with them, but I haven't been to Miami. You got to go there. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm like, what a hassle. Like, that's a method I have said this would work. But even myself being in Florida, I haven't found the time to get over there and do that. And this getting an IN, it's a multi-month process, but most of it is filling out a form, sending it to the US. They give you an ITIN in the mail, basically. It just takes many months for them to like verify your passport if you're in another country. And they have a mechanism for that. And you can speed it up by paying someone, an agent, to do some of the work, basically. You know how you get a passport? You can have someone help you get a passport faster. You can do that with getting an ITIN. So you don't have to use an international bank or anything like that. You're in the U.S. banking system. An ITIN is a 9-digit number, and it starts with a 9, and it replaces your social security number. You have a social security number. For others, in another country, they don't have a social security number. So they get an ITIN. You see what I'm saying? So when they go fill out anything for a bank, it's like 9, da 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 da. The bank knows, that's an ITIN. So it's seamless integration basically in everything out there. It's a great way to use it everywhere. Whoop, and I tell you how.
I think we have a special guest that wants to come on. Christopher, give me a thumbs up if you want to join us on the show. All right, I'll bring him up. But Matthew said one question first here. He said that the title company, he's trying to sell his New Jersey property that's in his first name, last name trust. And the title company sent him a letter that starts out, settlement providers must file a FinCEN real estate report to the U.S. Department of Treasury when a residential property is transferred without a loan or with a loan. So, but it's in the, I imagine that there's going to be a second part to this, but they're asking for documentation because it's in his first name, last name trust.
I mean, there's paperwork at closing. There's like 1 million freaking pages. It's a joke. It's like who cares if they got another piece of paper? Honestly, the IRS gives this number. This is the way the wealthy elite read the earth. So, hey, we want to make sure you're one of them. It's like, yeah, okay, here you go. Whatever. Another piece of paper.
If there's more to that, we'll come back to it. But welcome, Christopher. How you doing?
Christopher, good to have you, man.
I think you're muted there, bud.
Oh, hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Good to have you.
Welcome.
Your mind.
Thank you. Well, I was watching the video last time I was on, and the audio quality wasn't that good. So, if there's anything I could share again, I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah, we heard you pretty good. You're clear as a bell tonight, though. Good upgrade.
Yeah. Good. Yeah, I just wanted to thank you, Jack, both of you, and for the opportunity to upgrade, and I'm very grateful for that. And I will be upgrading and doing more testimonials, and also just from my heart, just wanted to say anyone who's getting involved, if they ever have questions, or for me, it really helps to talk to people who are doing the same work. And I've been reaching out to people like Frank. Yo, what's up, Frank? Thanks for the chat the other night. If anybody wants to talk with me, I'd be happy to. You just message me on Heartbeat, and I'd be happy to talk in person with people and kind of share my experience and have like a personal testimonial. Because I know that has really helped me as well.
That's so sweet of you, man. Like, and for those who aren't a student, Heartbeat is there's a forum that comes with the school. So once you become a student, you're in the forum, and he's saying, "Hey, as a fellow student, you can get in touch with them." That's so sweet of you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, I won't take up a lot of your time. I'm really
You're fine.
grateful for these Thursday lives, and I'll just be quiet and listen, or I could take off. That's great as well.
I'll go.
What's your favorite thing about the classroom, or what course that you've gone through has made the most impact on your journey?
Really, I mean, there's not any one in particular because they synergize so well together, as well as the spiritual work. It all goes hand in hand. The Jesus Christ Trust for sure, because having a relationship with God is like number one, and just makes everything work. Having a great relationship with God, and for sure.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
wonderful.
yes. And Frank is saying that you'll be talking again soon,
Nice.
so that's good.
One thing, Christopher, you're a plumber, you have a license, and you're using a trust. Somebody asked about that tonight. Can you do it? And Tim answered, I answered, you're doing it fine too. So you have a license, and you take your money into the trust. Am I right?
Yeah, and it was a journey, and actually 2026 was where it really took off. 2025, I started last May, and so it took until the new year to be completely 1099. I had to work with my employer, kind of helped him restructure his business. Someone who's also in the trust. And so, yeah, there's a process, and he's still working because I'm an independent contractor for a company. So it's easier for them to pay me as a 1099 than it is for me or him as a company owner to do what you're saying. He already has things set up in the LLC. So it's not like he's closing down the LLC and just 100% moving everything over. It's a process, kind of like my personal process. So now in 2026, I am 100% 1099. And so, yeah, it's a process of pulling yourself out of the system in a particular way. And this weekend, I had a big realization that the next step would be getting not only 1099, but then also working with specific people.
Oh, just as it was getting good.
Did he, whoever was typing, thanks to, I think it was Sylvia. Thanks for Christopher for doing all his help.
Yep.
He is so good with his testimonials, so good with helping people in the classroom. He's not alone, by the way. There are many people like that in there, but he really is, and I appreciate his work too. I'm sorry he got clipped again. I'm telling you, he is so good and helpful and clear with his help of others that I can see why they keep knocking him off of here, making him a problem to talk to, because he's really nice. He really does help. He's absolutely from the heart, like many people in this school. So thank you for the time, Christopher.
I will tell you that my friend Scott came in here. I knew him online through a different group, but I brought him in because I thought he'd like the trust. He joined the trust and then ended up coming and staying at my house for a bit. Great guy. Nice to have him. And then I met another member who I think he's in Pennsylvania. We ended up having lunch together, talked quite a bit, and we're gonna get together soon. He's been traveling. So there's two members that I've seen in real life. I'm still trying to get down to Florida, but I've got a lot of football and basketball games responsibilities to keep me anchored here. But yeah, it's great to connect with others and talk about their journeys and everything else, where they think their situation is unique, but they just need a little push in the right direction, which is usually the same direction that everybody else is going. But you just want to make sure, and then you get it done. So it's great to connect with people who relate to you, whether it's real estate questions or anything else they have going on. People reach out to me, and I'm happy to help as well. So it is a great group, and it's been nice to meet some people in real life that are on this journey, and looking forward to meeting more as we keep going. So yeah, exciting stuff, and it's been good. And then oh wait, Scott says thanks to him. Yeah, I called him my friend, even though he's from Canada.
Guys,
The
you're funny.
777, the heart of Christ in these men. Yes, yes, absolutely.
True.
So yeah, it's great stuff. Yeah, Scott's a great guy. Yeah, so big things. So the course levels. So you got the discounts out of the way. You got some of the courses mentioned. If you had a testimonial and then make another testimonial, you get a great deal. Get together with Tammy, and then it's definitely, if you've been in it for any amount of time, whatever you have to do to upgrade, I'm sure it's going to be worth it. Some of the highlights of the newer coursework. I know you're doing things over. Do you want to get back into that? Because I think you were reading those off
Oh yeah, I mean that international one. I just did that one, and that was a joy to break it out. Canada got solved,
Mhm.
within the Canadian system. But even though Jamie is, wow, prolific at credit cards up there, there's way more credit cards down here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you can get an ITIN from Canada too. Two methods you could do up there. So, and you got to think about it. Wait a second. You, this is what I thought. Okay. Listen, I was down when I started this trust. I was in Arizona, and they got the border there, and everybody's coming over from Mexico. They need to get into the financial system. They need a person. I was like, I just don't look very Mexican. I can't speak Spanish. I was like, I can get me an extra person right down there. You know what I'm saying? I'm right near the border. How do you do it? I'm like, I wouldn't pass. But if you're Canadian, you can still keep your Canadian person going, get an American person, double up, whoop, whoop, bust your credit down here. And then Scott's like, wait a second. What? I'm listening all of a sudden. Hey, hold on. Let me pause my movie over here for a second on Prime.
I want to tell you, you're mentioning Mexico, and I told you Scott's from Canada, but he's writing a book on, and I think it's called Escape to Mexico, because he does spend a lot of time in Mexico and does a lot of other traveling too. He's a little bit of a nomad, but yeah, he's the deal is great, Scott. You're gonna have to watch the replay. It's gonna be worthwhile. There it is, Escape to Mexico Now. So yeah, he's writing a book about that. So he might be your real Mexican connection. So Scott, if you want a job, to help Jack figure this out and get the details done, and put that in the back of your book.
The USA though, you see what I'm saying? What I'm saying is, getting a person like for free is at the border. If you look the part, you'd be like, I'm this, and then you could get maybe an ITIN, maybe a social. I don't know that game. I don't know that game, but I know it happens down there at the border a lot.
Yeah.
So that's just one way. But I'm saying now, if you're Canadian, if you're already working in there, like get another person in the US where the most credit cards are. Even Jamie, you want to show off, get get 500,000 in credit card down here too. Like
Right.
I'm getting a million. I'm just saying, it makes sense to use this work. Every time I get this work to a certain level, a new door opens up, and I'm not sure who each one is going to benefit, but this really benefits people. For example, in Canada, oh my God, you could use the Canadian system, you can use the American system to do this. Boy, you're golden up there.
Right.
But what are the other things I'm working on here? I might have to go look for that list here. I should have had it pulled up. Oh, okay. Ooh, oh, I have it. Yeah.
You said the core courses was the trust, how to set up the trust.
Yeah.
And that kind of stuff.
Well,
which was great.
the core courses are we have an orientation course, uh, and then we have an ethics course, which I think I'm going to make free to the public, but I think it's really important that people understand where they are trapped and how this frees them. I think it really people get hung up on the ethics early, and it's like, no, I solve that for you. Then the trust, of course, my goodness. I'm going in alphabetical order. And then trust administration, which is going to be how to use the trust, how to do paperwork, work with it, how to add someone to the trust, remove them, how to do a profit and loss statement, which I think is absolutely integral. This is financial stuff we're talking about here, okay?
Mhm.
If you don't do a profit and loss every month, you're losing money. Like, money's hard to come by. As in, time is money. Does your time matter to you? Because the profit and loss, ultimately, it's only going to take you an hour or something like that every month. Once you get it set up, you're just going to fill in the blanks kind of basically every month and see where you made money. And then, you know what happens every month? You're like, oh crap, I'm still subscribed to that thing. What the heck? Every month you got all this stuff popping up that's like, oh my God, no, that can't be on there. And you solve all this stuff every month that's going on. And then if you're running a business or what have you, or personal, if anomalies come up, they don't last long financially. Who signed up for this thing? You know what I'm saying? And you kill it right there. So I really think that's, I'm an accountant, so I really think that's a core tool that people need to use all the time. So those are uh let me pull this up on front top here. Those are the core courses. The electives, so many. Once I went through these, and you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna have to make it more courses. Tim pointed out a couple I missed. Tammy pointed out one, like, it's like, oh my God. But this is what we're going with right now, and we'll add a couple over time as needed. But these are the main benefits that you could get by using this trust. Okay. Uh, Business credit. I teach you from every detail of that, really. Uh, that is not just one particular item, but give you an overview, and then you basically build accounts over time. And it's become so much simpler and so much more affordable, so much faster. Don't have to register a trust, don't have to get a special business phone number. All these things that over the years, due to the way we have changed working from COVID and stuff like that, those things aren't there anymore. So it's much easier to access business credit all around. The course has been changed dramatically to make it much easier. For example, what is this? We got Alan here.
Alan's here says personal finance is another great course that is quick and easy to apply after purchasing the bundle. Before getting the bundle, I had 7,500 in personal credit. Now I have 120.
Yeah.
Nice.
No, it's wonderful. Thank you. Exactly. And that's personal credit. It's I was going to go alphabetical, and I like this jumping ahead because it's like, man, business credit. Well, don't skip the personal credit. Yeah. No, that's been upgraded over the years too, because things change and how to get this, how to get that. Because you get business credit, you get personal credit, how those things tie together to maximize how to get the most credit, going within like Chase 524 rule, all these different things, basically working them together and maximizing how much you get, like Alan has done.
Yeah, Scott wants to know if Canadians can get business credit in the United States.
That's what he just said.
Yeah.
You're going to use an ITIN like our international course and our new courses. Yes.
Yeah. Sounds like you got to upgrade for that information, Scott.
You do. But dude, how happy are you going to be? Come on, this could be. It's like, oh, it's fun again. You mean they're selling vacuum cleaners to the U.S. financial system. You're going to mess up your credit. So what? In the U.S., so what? It's going to get wiped clean. Hooray. And you can do it again in the future. It's not going to affect you anything anywhere else. What? And bad credit doesn't stop you from doing anything in the USA of any kind of travel, nothing like that. It only stops you from getting other credit. That's all. Like nothing. It's so fun. You're like,
Scott's going to be creating. Scott's going to be creating people in Canada, creating people in Mexico, creating people in the United States. He's going to be like Catch Me If You Can. That guy, Abigail.
Talk about fun. Like, doesn't that look fun? Where you're just like, the U.S. sends you a whole bunch of money, and you're like, what are y'all talking bad about the U.S.? You in Mexico? What's so bad about the U.S.? Like how much money they just sent me? What? They're not so bad after all.
This is for Scott, who obviously came in late, busy on the beach. But contact at Liberty Aid Academy. Yeah. Call Tammy. Yeah, I know you're a bundle owner, so call Tammy and tell her you want to submit a testimonial. Scott, you're gonna have to put a testimonial in to get the real deal. I know you're not afraid of video, so let's get it done.
I'm not sure how many are watching this program live in Iran right now, but I'm just saying, if you wanted to get back, in America, actually in dollars, you know what I'm saying? This is how you would do it. This is actually the only way. So I'm like, 0. But, I hear you're having trouble with your internet connection anyway. But say you see me later, but this isn't any country. Like I traveled through India, up there in Kashmir. I was like, death to the USA. I was like, yes. Would you like to kill your credit in the USA? This is how you do it. First build it up, then you kill it. Death to the USA. Let's kill him again. Let's get the whole village into killing the US. Yes. Look what they sent us. Money. What do you want to buy with it? Everything new. Yay, that's what we need.
So this is just like when Obama dropped $107 billion or whatever. He dropped a payload of cash back in Iran back in the day. That's what he did. He didn't drop bombs. He dropped pallets of cash.
That's what I just tried to do, y'all. Like I just dropped it in every country is what this new thing is going to do. Every country, not just Canada and the U.S. I'm getting you an extra person. It's like I flipped it. You can't get an extra person in the U.S. You already got one. Can't like, hey, let's double or nothing. No, I haven't. That's what I'm saying. Maybe if you could come into Mexico, I would crack that thing. But definitely in any other country, you can get a free person and credit, all that stuff. How wonderful. Anyway, yes. Okay. So personal credit. Then the U.S. government, give you free college and graduate school. They'll pay student loans.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay back. Your credit stays great. And they'll pay for all college, all graduate school, all the way through. It's wonderful.
Sylvia said, I knew this was going to be good.
It's fine. What? This stuff is...
Scott wants $16 billion. That's
right. You may have to work up to that a little longer, but there are a lot of credit cards here. But I can get you started way into the hundreds of thousands, like Alan. You can go way up. That's just as personal.
Yeah.
Okay. So really, I mean, this is not a small thing either. Okay. Now you get your ITIN, college, graduate school, hooray! You know what I'm saying? Get into the public money. You could be studying from a university in another country now, and America is going to pay for it. What is this, death to America? What? How can you get your college degree if America dies? What? Can't do that. But really, no, that's a wonderful thing. Like, don't have to pay back student loans. See, this comes from all these things come from your person has nothing, so it qualifies for all this stuff. Everything's in the trust, and that doesn't disqualify you from living or having finance or owning. No, everything's in the trust. So the person becomes this vacuum cleaner where all you can qualify for all these things. It's so good. Uh, Next thing, court fees free. Like if you got to go to court for whatever, it's great to go in there. It's such a hack to every court situation. You go in there and say, "Oh, I don't have anything." Court fees are free. Why is anyone going to sue you if the form you just filled out says you have zero money? They're going to court to take your money, and you just said you have nothing. And you told them that for free. So fun when you do that. Having initiated like 50 court cases myself, all for free using that form, dude, they can only lose. You know what I'm saying? You're out nothing. They're only going to be out money. All they want to do is settle with you. And that's from the first piece of paper in court. It's so fun. Anyway, so that seems like a nothing, but because court fees aren't much, but it's the hack of giving them that information. You see that you have nothing. It like a lawsuit. It's like boo. You know, the lawsuit will go. All air's all gone. Done. You know, you win the lawsuit with. Sorry, I don't have anything. It's so fun. I initiate lawsuits like that. Sorry, you can't have anything, but I might get something from you. Let's see how it goes. It's such a gas. Anyway, debt. You can get out of any debt. You see, oh God, my credit cards are blah blah blah. They're full up and da da da. It's like, yeah, but maybe you get more. And who cares about your credit? You know, it's better if you have money. And then you can pay for a house with money. That's better. But if you have debt, a lot of people have debt. And they're like, I don't know how to repay this. I don't know. Why teach you how not to repay it? Okay, maybe your credit gets messed up for some amount of time, but being on the hamster wheel of always having to pay debt, I get you off of that. Okay. We strategically get off of it. You're not going to mess up your credit for like $7,000 or something like that. We're going to do it for a couple $100,000. And you're like, I just paid off my mortgage by messing up my credit. It's like, why do I need credit to get a mortgage when I just paid my mortgage off? You see what I'm saying? It's so wonderful. Anyway, so we teach you about debt there, personal debt. Then we got another course, FEMA and disaster. I've been through that whole thing. Like I feel pretty educated on the topic for being in Florida. And showed my wins with getting checks from FEMA and stuff. I walk you through that whole thing, what to do, what not to do, how to win the money, the limits, everything. I've been through it. That can be extremely important when it's important to do. And you could easily get screwed by the government and not get your money. So how to do it and do it right. That's a really important one. You know, it's not a lot of information, but you need it. You know, if you're in a disaster, you need that money.
Yeah.
You know, it's no joke when your life's like flattened. It can be very important. So, you know, people in Asheville had this and people in Florida had this information. It would have changed their life, you know? Okay. How to deal with employment. We went over some of that tonight, you know, from their questions and with Tim and stuff. So there's a course about that. Employment gets you how you interact with companies, what you do like that. Estate planning, got a particular course on that. Got a returning course, scammers, you know, how to handle scammers. Health insurance, I go through all of that. That's all new information. I go step by step through there are three main areas of health insurance, basically. First of all, you're using this trust. You're not going to be, I wouldn't be paying for health insurance. I wouldn't. I don't. If I was anyone that had this trust, I wouldn't do it. There are different ways to get insurance with this trust. First of all, the main thing that people may not be aware of is of course, everyone's like, yeah, but what about hospitalization? Hey, go watch the shows that Roxy was on, right? She had heart surgery and all this. Like, thank God she's still alive, right? But she has $6 million hospital bill. She didn't pay a nickel. Like, come on, she sat right here and went through the whole thing. Uh, so when everything's in the trust and you don't have anything in the person, when you go into a hospital, you just tell them I don't have any money, sorry. And they have forms, you just fill them out on the intake, and it's like, I don't have money. Oh, okay. You don't pay anything at a hospital in the US. You don't. You don't pay a dime. Every state. No, it works in every state. So you may not know that to go in and do that. If you have this stress, you just fill it out. You don't want to be sitting there trying to heal and you got like the taxi meters like spinning and blurring your eye with the money. Like that's no good. You might as like you start praying to die in the hospital. You know, you're like, oh my God, I'm never going to pay this bill. Kill me, God. No, you're not going to get a bill. Okay, so heal. Yay. Go home. Okay. It's important. It's important. This is really important stuff. And then getting Medicare and Medicaid, how to do that. First of all, just going into a hospital, you could get that for free in many states. So how to do those area of free health, really important, really super important. I go through the websites, all that stuff, how they tie together. Anyway, really, it could really destroy people's finances, this health stuff.
Yeah.
So to really get it to the level of, yeah, no big problems are going to destroy you financially, let alone, you know, it could get you to no copays, go to doctors, dentists, the whole deal. Yeah, I teach you all that. Okay, housing. Free housing is possible in the USA. Definitely, I give a few different ways. The main one being the way the government does it, getting Section 8 housing, getting to pay for your rent, basically, and how to do that, where that's easy to do, how to go through each little detail of doing that. You don't have anything, your person has nothing. It qualifies to do this. One of the first people I helped is with this about 10 years ago got back his same exact rental he had. He just paid zero.
Yeah.
It's like, don't you like for most, I think for everyone, pretty much your housing bill is your largest bill. What if that went to zero, everyone? Whatever your situation, whether you're renting or like, what if it went to zero? Well, how would your life change? This stuff is so important for individuals and then other members of your family too, that they know this, you know? Otherwise, you could end up on the street in America. It's so hard to make money and get by here, you know? Anyway, let's keep going. Housing. That is Alan was saying, we're up to P's, personal credit. Okay, we went through that one. Sales tax exemption. Not a big deal for many people, but if your business somehow relates to a lot of sales tax, getting out of that, very meaningful in certain situations, you know? This one is really a big, this was great. Senior benefits, I'm in the middle of doing this right now, and it's so great how the different things bend together. I went over this a bunch on a couple weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. But this course goes through every detail, pulls up every website. Again, health problems can be such an issue. They can, oh, now you got to give up your home. You don't have so many assets. This having a trust gets everything you have out of the way from you qualifying for all the free stuff. And yet you still keep all the wealth you have. You see? It's such a wonderful, important hack, you know?
Matthew saying, thank you, gentlemen. Yeah.
Happy to help. Happy to help you in every family. You know, our families have changed from this information, and we want the same for yours. So senior benefits. Oh my God, it's so meaningful to get this all right because you want the maximum Social Security money at the earliest time, and you don't want to have any health payments of any kind, no copays, no nothing. I teach you every detail. And it's pretty easy. Social Security, I teach you how to max that out. It's wonderful. A lot of people that are, contrary to paying taxes aren't getting, like, you get the Social Security time. I was getting $300. I'm going to push that to 1,000.
Right.
It's so easy to do it once you have this trust. That's, that's what a difference every year. That's like $8,000 a year, just right there, every single year of my life, just with that one hack. Once you add up these finances, it's like the people that aren't using this information are just left out of the cold financially. It's really sad. Okay, let's see. Business, like, people are paying business income tax to the IRS. How'd you like to pay a zero forever? You just use this trust. Come on. Any business, not just, we were talking about licenses and stuff like that, but hey, I'm online. I resell on, this platform, or hey, I have this business online, or hey, I have this store physically somewhere. It doesn't matter. Any business can use this trust in America. Then you don't owe the IRS a penny, and you don't fill out a form to them. What? It's a Christian hack, and they accept it. Oh my goodness, I've been watching the time. Oh my God, wow, we really got there.
There's a
That's
lot of good information out there.
And then
coming at
graduate
us.
courses, real quick, having to do with child support, real estate tax exemption, and getting out of vaccines. Real quick, okay, that's the graduate level stuff. So yeah, thank you, Tim. Thank you for staying longer too. Saturday is a big day, everybody. All the courses go live. Become a student then. $29.97. All right, I'm really looking forward to it. You're all going to love this. Thank you, Chip.
I'm looking forward to it too. This is very exciting stuff, and I hope everybody gets a chance to get their testimonials in line. If anyone needs any help doing that, reach out to me inside the classroom. I'm happy to come on and walk you through a testimonial or whatever it is you want to do. I'm happy to help in any way, shape, or form. So if you need help putting a testimonial through, I'm happy to do that with you. Matthew says 3/14 is my birthday. There you go. Happy birthday.
Oh, that's wonderful. Good for you, man. Auspicious
Very
day.
nice. Pi Day. It's 3.14 and all the rest of it. Pi.
We'll be here next week, and we'll repeat how to get in here. As a past student into all the new work, and look forward to having you all as new students. Thank you, Tim Judge in the house. We'll see you next week, 7 p.m.
Good night.
Everyone.